Well, hello. I made it to the airport in Chicago O'Hare, and I've got a couple hours yet before takeoff. But just wanted to say hello to everyone. Wanted to just thank you for your prayers, and I'm going to ask you specifically to pray during this entire trip that I will be effective in talking to people about the Lord as we work together as a group. Of course, I'm meeting up with Rock Harbor church members here once we get to Tel Aviv. But this is a special opportunity. I'm just humbled that I can be a part of this. And it really seems that this was kind of prepared for Stacy and I to accept. And we are just amazed that we're able to do this, and how God all worked it out, basically paid for it with no cost. So it's amazing when you take a step of faith, how sometimes, according to God's will, He'll have you go through these doors of something different to serve Him with. And it's important to be obedient. If you feel the calling of the Lord on your life, whether it's for salvation or a special service, or just maybe a God appointment moment, maybe it's talking to your neighbor. It's interesting for those of you who like chainsaws. My neighbor, Hussan, he's a Muslim. He's from Kuwait, and he asked to borrow my steel chainsaw. Now, I like chainsaws. I'm kind of OCD about chainsaws, and I like to take care of them well and keep the chain sharp, and I had a little inhibition about that because he's never used one, and so I kind of showed him how to use it. And he's a chef and he's a baker, and so after he got done using the saw, he baked me some eclairs. They were awesome. He's quite the cook, and but man, I got to share Christ with him, and it's just, you just never know what God might have you do, but it's important to be faithful in those moments. And it was scary, I knew he was a Muslim, but at the same time, he was wide open to what I had to say about Jesus, and it was a great conversation. I just want to encourage you to do the same in your lives and your opportunities, whether it's a neighbor or someone at school or someone at work. But it's an amazing thing. But again, I want you to pray for me, pray for this trip, pray for the Rock Harbor church members as we that everything is going to work out fine. I have a connecting flight in Brussels, and things are kind of weird in that part of the world right now. And of course, the Houthis are acting up, and they're sending missiles to central Israel right now. And then, of course, Trump and Pete Hegseth, he sent over additional carrier groups to take care of the Houthis. So I'm praying that all that will work out, and that the flights will actually go through okay. The other group, the Rock Harbor Church group, they're actually flying on an Israeli airline called LL. Well, that is the only airline in the world that actually has countermeasures for air defenses if they're shot upon. Of course, United Airlines, they don't have anything like that. But it's just amazing to me how God's people have always had to defend themselves, and because of the anti-Semitic world that we live in, not only back in the 30s with Hitler and Germany, but it's been that way since Genesis 3:15, with the enemy trying to he hates God's people, he hates the Jews, and we're seeing a rise in anti-Semitism today as well. So pray for Israel, pray for the peace of Jerusalem, and pray for me as we make these connecting flights. God bless you, and remember, Jesus is coming soon.